Rene Shea did this in a really interesting way. He has like probably 1,000 cultures in one culture. And how he does that is he creates these like pods of sort of affinity groups. And so there's the engineering group, and then there's the people who really like Nike, and the people who like Doc Martens, et cetera. And believe it or not, it actually works. So when you walk through Zappos, you'll see like a tent of all the goth people, hanging out, selling Doc Martens. And then you'll see like all of the really like cool sports people, not that goth, I'm kind of the goth punk person, but anyway, over there with their Nikes on,
The less cool people.
Yes. I'm calling them cool. But anyway, so basically each group had its own culture, and he celebrated basically a multicultural environment. I don't think you have to have one culture. You just have to figure out if that's something you're facing, like how do you scale with that, and how do you have multiple cultures within your company as you go forward?
Let me ask you a follow-up question to that. You talked about Ironport having the sort of no balance, like we're going to go for it culture. Do you think you could have we have a balance and an extreme culture, like hardworking people doing 60, 70 hours a week who want their options to go up with a 9-to-5 culture? Can you have those simultaneously at a company? Have you seen that ever?
I'm beginning to think no. I really hate to tell you this, but like I think if you want a 9-to-5 culture, you go to IBM. You go to Cisco. But like I think that, because I tried it. I tried that, The other thing that I didn't mention in my talk is sometimes we leave companies that are successful, and I call it making dollhouses out of mansions. And so one of the things we did in the company Zivity when I started it was try to take Ironport's culture and, it's going to work here. No, it's not true. So I think that's, one thing to be aware of.
Okay. We'll have one more question. Sorry. I'll hold it for you. Go ahead.
If a company growing fast and hiring a lot, how to keep culture and how to involve new generation of employees into your culture?
Great.
Right. So that's actually a really good question. I should have included that. New hire training is an important part of, getting people interested in your culture when they join. The other thing is interviewing for culture. So to try to figure out if someone's, I know that's maybe a controversial thing, and I'm not talking about, whether they like motorcycles or not. But what I'm talking about is, are these the type of people who can speak up? Like, for example, if you go to AngelList and you're not, tough, you're not going to fit in with their culture. You're going to be gone in a week. So those are certain things that you can actually interview for. And then the other thing is just from day one, you should be modeling your culture from the moment that person starts and sits at their desk.
Okay, lightning round, quick question.
So what about being present from a distance? Having leadership teams that are spread out through different locations when we're small and we have tiny teams?
That is a great question. I think Slack really, really helps with this. So I'm starting to see more and more distributed teams using tools that help you be present. And I invested in a company recently that most of their engineering force is distributed across the world. And what they do is they use video presence to try to be with one another. So look into tools that help you come together. And you're going to have to get rigorous about communication. So that has to be probably one of your core focuses of your culture is communicate. Because if you don't communicate, then that will fall apart.
Hey everybody, let me take a moment to tell you about my favorite new shirt. Yes, it's Cricut Shirts. That's CRIQUET shirts.com. These are those old school, modern, hip designs, something that JFK might wear, or Jack Nicklaus, or Arnold Palmer. They're super soft, 100% certified organic cotton, and they're not too baggy, they're not too skinny, they look incredibly sharp, and you're going to love them. And here's one of the cool features of it. It's got a better collar. Yes, you can remove the collar, and that'll keep your collar crisp and new. No more bacon collar for you. There's no hassle. It's free returns or exchanges on anything you buy. They stand behind their product, and of course they should, because it is the best feeling shirt I've ever worn. It is just perfect. It's cool and it's smooth. I feel great and confident in it when I wear it, and it's going to be as comfortable for you on the 19th hole as it is on the 18th, if you know what I'm saying. Wear it whenever you're at most at ease, whether it's playing poker or reading the New York Times on Sunday out on your deck or going for a hike. They are absolutely spectacular. And here's your call to action, everybody. You'll get 20% off your first purchase if you visit cricutshirts.com/twist. cricutshirts.com/TWIST. Enter the promo code TWIST at checkout, and you will get 20% off your first purchase. Again, CRIQUET shirts. CRIQUET shirts. cricketshirts.com/twist. You're going to love these shirts. They're amazing. I am having a spectacular, very leisurely time in my Cricket shirts. I love them. Okay, let's get back to this amazing program.